What really drives women to end most marriages? What common factors lead women to initiate divorce? Let's dive into the deep end of relationships and try to figure out what really drives women to end most marriages. Imagine the gavel slamming down, not on a criminal, but on a life you built together. The paperwork doesn't cite a monster, just a slow, silent erosion of something you can't even name. This is the unsettling paradox. The majority of divorces are initiated by women, yet the husband is rarely a cartoon villain. So what is this invisible force that dismantles a union from the inside? This isn't about blame. It's about a profound psychological unraveling that we are conditioned not to see. The hidden problem isn't infidelity or a lack of love, but a philosophical starvation. It's the quiet despair of a utilitarian union, where the soul's longing for meaning is suffocated by the mundane. As Carl Jung warned, modern marriage often becomes a psychological relationship devoid of spiritual depth, a contract that ignores the shadow selves within us. Society conditions women to seek fulfillment in a partner, yet this very expectation becomes the cage. The unspoken hunger is for a shared quest, a symbolic journey, not just a shared mortgage. This existential vacuum, where purpose goes to die, is the real catalyst. But what are the precise daily mechanisms of this decay? The unseen consequence is a neurological hijacking. This existential vacuum triggers a cascade of cognitive biases. The negativity bias amplifies every minor flaw, while the confirmation bias collects evidence for his inadequacy. Culturally, she is conditioned to believe perpetual happiness is a right, not an earned state. This isn't a conscious decision, but a silent, societal programming that pathologizes normal marital struggles, reframing them as intolerable oppression. The comfortable misery of a mediocre marriage begins to feel like a betrayal of a self she's told she must constantly actualize alone. This is the trap. But how does one rebel against an enemy that is, in part, oneself? The rebellion begins not with your partner, but with a ruthless introspection that philosophers call the examined life. It demands you reject the culturally sanctioned myth of effortless happiness and embrace the Nietzschean concept of amor fati, the love of your fate, including its struggles. This is the radical shift. To see the marriage not as a source of your fulfillment, but as the arena for it. You must build meaning within the union through shared purpose and acknowledged sacrifice. You reclaim control by ceasing to look outward for what can only be forged within. This is how you dismantle the trap. But what is the ultimate truth this reveals? The ultimate truth is that the villain was never a person, but a paradigm. The real marriage ruined was not between you and him, but between your authentic self and the seductive, societal fiction of a perfect, effortless union. You are both protagonists in a story deeper than happiness, a story of forging meaning through shared resilience. The final realization is that you hold the pen. This is the poetic, heartbreaking freedom, the power to define your own struggle as either a prison sentence or a sacred quest. The choice and the power to reframe your entire world has always been yours. The complexities of marriage and the reasons women end them are multifaceted. By understanding these perspectives, we can gain a deeper appreciation for the challenges that come with building a life together. If you've had similar experiences or thoughts on this topic, I'd love to hear about them in the comments. Don't forget to check out my related videos on marriage and relationships for more insights.